Oh, I'm live. Okay. Oh, another pair of funky glasses. I'm at work today. It's a beautiful day. It's March the 5th. It's going up to a record 17 degrees. Feels like spring. Needed. Wonderful. March is a really special month for me because it's the month that Ryan, you came into the world. He came into the world March 19th, 1984, um, at about 2 minutes before 7 o'clock. I was, you came into the world via C-section. I had 48 hours of labor. Um, I was exhausted, and I remember your dad was with me. And when I had the C-section, he watched. He didn't tell anything until years later, but I was too tired to cry. I didn't know if I was having a boy or a girl. And I remember Dr. Allen, George Allen, looking for you in my tummy, in my womb, and I could feel his hand twisting. You know, can't find him. Anyways, yeah, they brought you into the world, and your grandfather, Hooper, Woody, he was over the moon that he had his boy. He was there. He'd gone out to get Harvey's for everybody. We were, they were waiting. But anyway, it was a phenomenal um, time in our lives. Um, Yeah, I had been bedridden for a month because the doctor thought I was developing preeclampsia. My blood pressure had gone out. And anyways, I joked about it. It was my mother-in-law that did this. Anyway, so a couple of days after you were born, you were nearly taken to CHEO because the labor was so long. Ryan knew had aspirated mucus and they needed to put you on antibiotics. And I remember it was late at night and I was scared stiff. Called your dad, and I can remember staring, and the doctor was not in a good mood. He was yelling at the nurse, and then he turned, saw me, and he just, calmed down because did not want these little tubes going into any intravenous into you anywhere. It was heart wrenching, just heart wrenching. But anyway, after a week at the Grace Hospital, he came home, and it was very exciting, but I was very scared too. He had this head, and I had to rest. Anyway, I cuddled with you all the time. I never let you. I just enjoyed every moment. I love being a mom. And your dad was a good dad. When you were ready to go on solids, he made food and baby food and a lot of support. And your grandparents, your grandpa just adored you. Your grandmother, it was funny. She said, Woody, I did the girls' diapers and you didn't do a thing. So now it's your turn. So I don't think your grandmother really changed your diaper that often. But anyway, there was a lot of joy on that day. And you were a wonderful little boy and still, you've become a man. And I know you've suffered a lot of hurt, Ryan. Um, I've heard you've met a nice woman, and it wasn't through who you think it was. It was, her name is Emily. You had a picture of you, the two of you in the paper. Um, excuse me. It was something about, houses or something. Anyway, and I hear that she's lovely, a wonderful person to Hannah. And all I want, and I thank you, Emily, for loving my son. He's a good person. Ryan, on your birthday, I want you to know you're always loved. You might not like me, and I don't like what you're doing either. I feel like I'm being punished, and Hannah and the new one are too, really. Um, I don't know what to say. You know, I have I want things to change for the better, right? Just, you know, like I did, it's not worth hanging on to. It feels so freeing just to let it go, you know. I enjoyed hearing, you know, by the way, the bookstore never said anything. They did tell me when well, they said when you came in and they commented about what a good dad you are. Um, I mean, they didn't even really tell me what kind of books Hannah liked. And anyway, Ryan, life, I am 65. I had cancer. I've got a heart problem. I never in my wild years, 40 years, thought that this would happen between you and I. Never. You know, always remember part of you as part me. And that goes with Hannah and the new little one too. And I just, you know, I want you to be happy. But it saddens me that we don't speak. Um, it's a learning curve, Ryan. Email is not a good way of communicating. Blah, 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 blah. Ryan, I love you. And this is ripping my heart out. It rips my heart out that I no longer send gifts to Hannah because why? If they're going to be donated. Does she know that this is happening? What does she know? Ryan, you know, she's soon going to be a teenager. And you're going to have a teenager and a 2-year-old. And, you know, just be kind and love your partner and, you know, your kids and love them by letting me into their life. I'm not a bad person. When I saw you, you melted my heart, Ryan. And yes, I admit, been a shitty mother at times. Absolutely. But I do the work, Ryan. I do the work. I heard a saying the other day. It was, it goes like this. Anyway, and we might leave it at that, this note. We didn't understand as children that our parents still had work to do on themselves. And I am working on myself, Ryan. I hope you are too, but I hope that you are working within the contents of not building walls, but taking them down and understanding that we all have a history of hurt. Some of us know, but you know, there's what you do with the hurt. If you carry it, carry it with you. It's not healthy. I'm your mom, and I'm proud of being your mom, and I love you. And I don't know what else to say because I don't want to start to cry. Oh, it would be wonderful for your grandma. You know, how many young women, little girls can say that their great grandmother is alive? You know, she's got a story. I'm starting to chronicle it with your Auntie Kathy. Oh, by the way, Marshall has a lovely partner. She's Korean and an adoptee, and they have a little girl. And you know the good news about your brother, and he's doing his master's, and soon they'll have children. But anyway, Ryan and Emily, I love yous. I think of you every day, and I hope put aside, try to look at why I do what I do. Through panic attacks, anxiety, wanting to find out things about my grandkids, how they are, what are they doing, how are they doing in swim classes, how are they doing in school, what's new, what's wonderful. Anyway, love you, letting you go. Okay? In my groovy glasses.